already queuing up, begging you to get written in to appear?
Nobody's begging yet, but I do have a wish list. You know, we've got Eddie Izzard coming up. We've got Gillian Anderson, who's going to be playing Hannibal Lecter's psychiatrist. We have Lance Henriksen playing a role on the show. Gina Torres, Ellen Muth. I mean, I guess my dream casting for the show would to cast David Bowie to play Hannibal Lecter's uncle.
Have you actually spoken to him about that? Or?
If we get a season 2, I will reach out and see if there's any interest.
That would be fantastic. We've always seen Lecter the monster, but it's actually quite fun to see the story of Hannibal as the man, as the human. We've always seen him as a monster, but
Right.
see him as just a normal guy.
Yeah, well, that was kind of the great appeal for the show for me, was that we're telling a story that hasn't been told yet, a chapter of Hannibal Lecter's life when he was a practicing cannibal and a practicing psychiatrist, and he's out in the world. So there's this aspect of we've seen Brian Cox play Hannibal Lecter almost like this python ready to strike, and Anthony Hopkins was much more of a lion and deadlier and more aggressive, and Mads Mikkelsen, he is playing Hannibal almost like Lucifer, where he is somebody who is infatuated with humanity and loves the ability to tempt.
I mean, that I think is more terrifying itself in the fact that he actually seems so normal. I mean, you could sit next to him on the tube and he could be absolutely, he's not this megalomaniacal, kind of bug-eyed, crazy guy.
Yes, I think that's what makes him sort of the appeal. Like he's a bit of a dandy, and he wears three-piece suits, and he is immaculately dressed, and yet he's deadly.
Do you remember your first contact with Lecter watching any of the movies?
It was with Brian Cox watching Manhunter when I was in high school, and I was struck by how coolly intellectual his approach was to the character, and immediately went out and found the book and read it, and then was surprised at how much there was to mine that hadn't been mined.
There's a lot of horror on TV these days. Why do you think that is? Why is it suddenly popular?
I think because horror is popular on TV today because someone proved that it worked. And when Walking Dead came out and not only garnered an audience but critical acclaim, it proved that it was a valid genre to explore, as previously people were afraid of the genre because it was dismissed as exploitational, but it's actually a fantastic way to tell stories. It's operatic.
Ratings are great.